All right, everybody. Hey, it's me, Doc Conrad, and I'm here with my teammate who got first place at the OTS Championship at Get Some Games in Charlotte, North Carolina. And what were you playing, bud?
I was playing Chimera Fiendsmith Pile, like Chimera Pile, basically. I made it all fit in there. Chimera has Mina and Fiendsmith.
Hell yeah. All right. Before we get started with the deck profile, any shout-outs, my friend?
Yes. Shout-outs, House of Cards, Team's House of Cards, our locals. Shout-out my girlfriend Shannon and CJ. Shout-out my fam. Shout-out Tanner for the ride, for sure. That's it for right now that I can think of. Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Let's go ahead and get into the deck profile. Start with the main deck.
So first off, we'll start out with the Chimera card. So it's 3 Codal, 3 Gazelle, 3 Chimera Fusion. Those are the 3 ofs. This could debatably be a 3 of, but you have to make room for like non-engine and the other engine. So the 2 Mirror Sword Knight. So then I played 1 Nightmare Apprentice. I count this as a Chimera because you search it off Gazelle in the combo most of the time. And I'm only playing 1 because it still requires a pitch to summon. And so does the Azamina cards. Then last second, I cut this down to 1 as well. I would play another one of this before I play Tau. That's what I'll say. I see some people doing 1 and 1. I think you should just play another one of this if you're doing that, because Tau is restrictive. You can't summon back Engraver. So then onto the Fiendsmith package. That's it for the main bulk of the Chimera cards. Mm-hmm. So 2 Engraver. You could also bump this up to 3 as it is full Chimera combo too. I'll talk about that when we get into the extra deck. But yeah, that's 2 Engraver just because it's accessible because of another little mini package we play, along with the 1 Tract, 1 Lurie, and 1 of his girlfriend. This card's so broken, the graveyard effect. I even forget the graveyard effect sometimes. But in this deck also, like, you don't have to, you just bring back the link and then use it as fusion material. It's broken. So the mini package that kind of goes along with the Fiendsmith package, we play a mini evil hero package. This is a level 5 Fiend, so you can search it off the normal summon of Gazelle, which is stupid, and just like force your way into Fiendsmith that way. There's times when you dead draw this, you actually search this, then pitch it to search Dark Fusion. This package is broken in this deck. This is why I think this is the best Fiendsmith deck, and why I stopped playing Snake Eye. Was like, this is actually a Fiendsmith deck, it feels like, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's like kind of the Fiendsmith cards. Would not change any of this, really. Like, this worked great. Onto the Azamina package. 2 Witch, 2 Deception, and 2 Wanted. You can mess around with these because I know this is expensive. You could play 1 of this. You could totally get by with 1 of this if you have like 3 Witch or 3 Wanted. There's options. You could cut this package down a lot and still play the deck with the package and be fine. Along with the 2 bricks that go with it. I hate drawing this card. This is the one downside of this package. You have bricks in these cards, like some of your in-engine monsters you play. They're not the best to draw, but they're still monsters. So worst case, you can Guardian Chimera, just fuse into them when you're like breaking a board or whatever, and then like basically mulligan. This is not a monster. You cannot, if you just hard draw this and none of the other engine or a way to like access that engine, this just sits in your hand. You're like scratching your head and wishing it was any other card. This goes along with the illusion package, but because you played these, if you see any of these, this is an extender. You just special summon it if you have any of these in the graveyard. So onto the non-engine, we did 3 Ash, 3 Effect Veiler, 3 Fuwaros. I did the Master Duel Logic, where I played the 1 nib to draw into off the Fuwaros. It did happen, and I also drew into it off Guardian Chimera. Yeah, I mean, it worked out for me. Could it have been something else? These 2 cards were kind of like my flex spots. So nib and tactics. This is what I was messing around with a lot. I'm pretty comfortable with everything else, but these 2 slots kind of player preference. Then I played the 1 call by to stop Furos and Droll, because that's also running around if people don't have the Chummies, they're playing Droll, which is good. Like, and you should be doing that. And then 3 Imper.
Okay. What's deck count in the main?
45 total.
45 total. Okay. Do you want to do extra or side?
We'll do extra first.
Okay.
Because the extra explains some of the side deck choices. So Fiendsmith package, we did this. We did the full Fiendsmith link package. Rest of the links were 1 Muckracker. I can explain how at opening Witch and any illusion is a full Chimera combo at the end, but that's why you play this card. And if you hard open Fiendsmith and Azamina, then you, instead of going into this, you go into this. If that makes sense to people who are familiar with the Azamina lines. And then I played the 1 SP. You just sometimes hard make SP. There are times where you go SP, banish something from your own graveyard when you've only been able to make it into this guy. So then you have a target for him to bring back on your opponent's turn to play on your opponent's turn. Just something to look out for. The 2 Azamina fusions. We played the 1 to search the trap or wanted, and then this guy was the Omni, which is like the reason you play the package. Like, let's be real. 1 Desiree, and then the Chimera fusions, Guardian Chimera. This card is slept on. Probably one of the best cards in the deck. Fun fact, it's a light fiend.
Magnum the Reliever?
Magnum of the Reliever. There's like times where I've like been digging, like comboing through, and you go into this card. It's a light fiend, like I said. So if you haven't gone into a Fiendsmith combo, you can go into Fiendsmith combo, put it in the graveyard, and bring back on your opponent's turn. But it says bottom deck any fusion card and then draw a card. So like I've seen Fiendsmith and Chimera. I've decked then by going through combo. I go into this, I draw a card. Oh, there's Azamina. It happened. It's a really broken card. And then it's an inboard piece interaction on your opponent's turn. It's an Omni Pop. So like it's an extender and a inboard piece all in one. And you can like always go into it even under the lock when you lock yourself by going Muckracker and Bephermit. So your Fiend of Fusion locked. Then these 3. You don't have to play the big guy. You could play the big guy.
Oh yeah,
the big one that takes like 4 material, or it's like one of these and then any number of illusions to make it. I can't remember its name.
Mm-hmm.
But that it's good, but I just don't have room for it because of like making room for everything. And I don't think you really need it. It is good though.
Mm-hmm.
And then I played a Chaos Angel because you can just make this off combo too whenever you want. It's with Nightmare Apprentice and either Mirror Sword Knight or Lacrima. Yeah, Lacrima.
And you also have some level 4 darks and some light fiends with the Fiendsmith.
Yeah.
So a number of different options. All right, that's the extra. Let's go into the side. You said this was changed from what you had.
I changed it very slightly. I was side decking Cross out instead of some of the cards in here. I'll instead of this and another card. I think these 2 cards were cross out.
Thrust and Dark Statue. Okay, all right. Let's go into it.
So that was for the main, but I think what I have in now is obviously a lot better. So I played a mini thrust package for going second and or first if we're up against Tempai. So we played a dimensional barrier. We played an evenly matched. All of this is, if you get hand trapped at all or chummied, you just set this and you're good. This card is also has universal coverage a little bit with Azumina and Yubel still running around. You can just call Fusion and at least keep them off of some stuff, but that also hurts you. I played these for going second as well, and then these for going second, and these for going second. Because if you get to go first, if you win the dice roll, I've played through like 5 hand traps before. Dead ass. If you see the cards you need, it doesn't matter. Like if you can normal summon Gazelle, if you already have Chimera Fusion in hand, they go imperm. You're off to the races. Chain Chimera Fusion. That they can't do anything to that. For time, Red Resonator. You send it off of Bephermit and then bring it back off Muckracker, or you send it full combo, pass over to your opponent. When your opponent starts to try and do anything, you say, help, still in your draw phase, and then bring it back and gain a target Desiree and gain 28 or whatever. And then Dark Barrier Statue, because Tempai. Tempai, Snake Eye's still around, Water, basically any deck that's not Yubel.
All right. That is everything. Is there any final thoughts about this deck and your W for your WCQ invite?
Deck is really fun, really good. I have Snake Eye, and I decided to bring this. This is a great decision. Yes, Fiendsmith cards are a little pricey. So is the Azumina package. You could easily play 1 Engraver in this and Horus package or Edgent package. There's budget options to this deck. I just really think more people should play it. It's really fun.
All right. Thank you so much, Nick. Appreciate you. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.